Hello, my name is Lindsay and this is my audience. The historical figure I believe to be one of the most inspiring motivational speakers was known to be a nonviolent civil rights activist. He was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 15th, 1929, into a wonderful family that was very involved in church and worship. Many but not all children raised by parents very close to them seem to follow their parents' wants and needs, whether they know it to be right or wrong. Although this man was raised by parents with very good intentions, he did turn out to be the rebellious type, but in a good way, so to speak. His father's wishes were for him to follow in his footsteps and become a minister, but he had many doubts in his own beliefs in religion. This man did have good faith in God, but he did not believe his life was supposed to head in that exact direction. While still young, making life-changing decisions, he took a Bible class and then began to envision career in ministry. Throughout college, he was very committed to his studies, but while doing so, he rebelled against his father's strict opinion on drinking and also became involved with a white woman. At this time, segregation and discrimination was a very big deal, and his actions were most definitely controversial. Later on his Later on in his life, he met a beautiful young African American, and they had 3 kids together. In 1955, at the age of 25, he completed his PhD and became a pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church of Montgomery. At this time, a boycott broke out due to an African American woman, Rosa Parks, after she refused to give up her seat to a white man. Due to his professional background, activist leaders saw him to be eligible to take control and become a leader. You could say this incident was the beginning of his life as an inspiring speaker, because they won the boycott successfully due to the Supreme Court ruled it to be unconstitutional to segregate by race in public on a public bus. This man gained the ultimate respect by his people not only through the actions but he took by the words he spoke, but by the words he spoke. Throughout his speech, a few characteristics that made him such an inspiring speaker was his cadence of his speeches, his connection with the people, and the extreme repetition he used throughout his speeches. These characteristics were shown greatly in his most famous speech, I Had a Dream. Cadence, in other words, is the pace of his speech. For instance, in his most famous speech, I Have a Dream, he started off very slow, and as he got the people going, as they clapped and whistled, the pace of his speech increased, which excited his crowd more and more. He also used repetition in his speech. In the same speech of I Have a Dream, he repeated that phrase a few times because he wanted to make a point, and the dream that he wanted to make a point that he had a dream, and it was also the dreams of many African Americans. The bond he shared with his audience made it easier for them to understand and believe in his viewpoints. The positive energy produced from the audience led him to be more enthusiastic with his speeches. The connection he made with his audience made his speeches an unforgettable experience. This man touched many people, people who agreed with him and people who didn't. His speeches touched people as well as his courageous actions and didn't let anything stop him from going to jail to being stoned by people of his own kind. Not even his assassination after 39 years of age stopped him because his point came across even after and changed America and the citizens of America. One man, one voice. He was the youngest man to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize and even earned a day dedicated to his life, his words, and his words. The man deserved every award he received and every ounce of respect he was given. There is no other speaker I would have rather discussed on the importance of his life because I'm sure anyone could agree he was, if not the greatest, then most definitely the most inspiring of all.